Letitia James, who probably has the craziest case of all. I mean, Mershon's pretty bad. The Mar-a-Lago documents case was pretty bad. Fannie's was just weird because, of her own private issues. But in the case of Letitia James, this one actually, to me, and maybe it's just my background as a business journalist, I'm just blown away by. Because the idea that somehow the state can come in between you and your bank and make a decision about what your assets are worth. Listen, they're not worth anything. It's completely subjective until they're sold. All right, let's be very clear on that. You think your house is worth $250,000, and yet the bank maybe thinks it's worth $150,000. Therefore, you can't get a home equity line of credit for $250 because they're saying no. Our appraiser is going to say it's worth $150. In this case, their appraiser, effectively, and I'm oversimplifying this, of course, but Deutsche Bank was like, yeah, we think Mar-a-Lago's worth that much, and you know what? Okay, so maybe you inflated the square footage. It is actually up to Deutsche Bank to go and do the diligence check. They said, fine. Like, we're fine with this. We're fine with the valuations. We're fine with him as a credit risk. We're going to lend him the money. And we're very happy after the fact because we all got paid back. And here's the kicker. The bankers said they would do the deal again. So I'm sorry, Letitia, you have no victim. You have no case. And yet this woman is revving up for something, all as, mind you, the Court of Appeals in the state of New York prepares to throw this thing out. It's about to be done, but she's coming back for more somehow, some way, because it's her only path to political survival.
And lastly, I congratulate the President-elect Donald Trump. And if possible, we will work with his administration. But we will not compromise our values or our integrity or our principles. We did not expect this result, but we are prepared to respond to this result. And my office has been preparing for several months because we've been here before. We faced this challenge before, and we used the rule of law to fight back. And we are prepared to fight back once again. Because as the Attorney General of this great state, it is my job to protect and defend the rights of New Yorkers and the rule of law. And I will not shrink from that responsibility.
All right, I'm going to quote Mike Davis, one of the Trump lawyers right here, because he told our friend Benny, and I'm not going to play the sound for you, but I'll just quote it, okay? He said, yeah, sweetheart, you keep going down that direction, and let me just tell you, we're going to put your fat ASS, and he said the word, in prison so fast. I mean, did she not realize who actually won? I don't think she has. And she hasn't gotten the reality check just yet. I'm waiting on it. I'm like, this is unbelievable, actually, that it's taking this long. It shows you the angst that they have. They're so worried about offending some on the left. But they're going to move because actually this is the woman that is threatening, if you ask me, our entire system. When you have litigious people like Letitia James trying to actually intervene in between private business transactions, I mean, not to mention all the nonsense stuff that you would expect maybe from a Fannie Willis or an Alvin Bragg, but this one is actually threatening capitalism itself, right? The entire U.S. economy. I have to take my gloves off to play this next soundbite for you, but this is Letitia, right? She's promising, this is right before he got elected, more trouble from him. What are you trying to do, lady? Did you not just see what happened in November?
Under my leadership, my office sued Donald Trump over 100 times. And the basis of all of that was Project 2025. So he cannot distance himself from something that he has attempted to implement when he was president of these United States. And we were successful 70% of the time. We were the firewall, Democratic attorney generals.
Oh, wow. You were successful? Well, guess what America said to you, Letitia, and to all your colleagues? They said, F you. Okay? Because here we are, 4 years after the allegations that came out of J6. And guess what? Kamala Harris is certifying the results of the election. And Donald Trump's going straight back to the Oval Office. And guess what? They took the House and the Senate too. They got the whole kit and caboodle. Okay? So that is none other than a giant FU. And I expect that we're actually going to see some more of them, because, it turns out that I don't even think people in your state, in the state of New York, like this very much.
The President of the United States has complained that I'm engaging in some sort of political witch hunt, that I've got some personal vendetta against him, that I campaigned against him. That is not true.
This illegitimate president who sits in the White House. That president, because he's not my president, he's an illegitimate president. His days are numbered. His days are numbered. We've got to get ready to mobilize, and we've got to get ready to agitate and irritate until victory is won, but more importantly, until Trump is defeated.
Okay, so don't sit there and tell me that you didn't campaign on this. You absolutely did campaign on this. You're trying to campaign on this all over again. You're trying to actually bankrupt him. You want to go and take his assets. What is this absolutely insane number? It's nearly $500 million. Okay, I'm going to round up to $500 million that she has as a judgment against the future president of the United States, because she thinks that he massaged the numbers in a way that gave him an unfair advantage, even though his bank was like, yeah, whatever. I mean, it is so bizarre, you guys. It is so bizarre. And go back and watch it. We did like a whole special. I watched the entire presentation from her team in the appeals court, and it's just unbelievable, because the judges are like, lady, you're like off your rocker. You are so far out in left field. You don't even have a freaking victim. Okay, so, but she wants to go in and take his assets and bankrupt him now as president of the United States. What is her goal? She's going to run for president on this? I'm sorry, these days are over. Okay, America has moved on, Letitia.
4 days after a judge ordered Donald Trump to pay $355 million for a decade of fraud, New York Attorney General Letitia James says she's prepared to do everything she can to make sure the former president pays his fine, including, she told us, seizing the buildings that bear his name.
If he does not have funds to pay off the judgment, then we will seek, judgment enforcement mechanisms in court, and we will ask the judge to seize his assets.
Okay, see, that's her ultimate goal. She wants to seize his assets, and she's not going to give up on that goal, as she has told us over and over and over again. So, lady, it's kind of game over, and I'll go back to what Mike Davis said, because you might, sweetheart, find your fat ass in the slammer. I believe he said prison, and he didn't spell the rest of it. All right, markets are off to the races here. We're looking at what I expect is going to be a very good year, but I'm a big believer in investing for the long haul, putting a little bit in each week, each month, whatever you can, because guess what? Inflation, part of the way you fight inflation is not just the gold stuff, which I do recommend, but also by being invested in the companies that are going to grow. So I'd love to help you do that. I created a financial research company with a dear friend of mine who has spent 20 years on Wall Street picking stocks, and he's just phenomenal, has a stellar track record, Rob Horton. We created 76 Research. Get it? 76. It's a play on 1776 and freedom in America. Anyway, great companies in there. And we have a regular newsletter that you can get for just $1 a month. Use code word dollar, DOLLAR. You get it for just $1 a month for the first couple of months. You can cancel anytime. So no harm, no foul. But we also have model portfolios there for you. So if you're interested in growth, you want to look at the American Resilience portfolio. If you're interested in making sure you get an income at some point later on in life, look at the basic income builder portfolio. It's dividends, etc., stocks. And then if you're really concerned about inflation, which of course you should be, then go for the inflation protection portfolio. So it's all there. You can get them all if you join the Founders Club. It's actually the best value. Go check them out at 76research.com with code word dollar today. I mean, we have kind of a mess of a situation as a country right now. Judge Merchan, as you know, trying to sentence the soon-to-be president of the United States, somehow, just so he can get this convicted felon thing out there, you've got Letitia James trying to do whatever she can. Fannie is bye-bye. That's not coming back. I can pretty much promise you that one. But it's really disturbing to me that they're trying to move forward with this convicted felon thing so much. And now to the point where, good, he's got good lawyers. Donald Trump's attorneys are filing suit trying to appeal this thing. So we'll see how this shakes out. But it's really messed up that we're in this situation to begin with. I got to tell you, it really is. Balance of Nature. I want to give them a shout out too. It's New Year, New Year, New You. Isn't that like some, I can't remember what company did that, but anyway, New Year, New You. I take my vitamins every day. I take them from Balance of Nature. I'm a big believer in taking care of oneself. We talk about taking care of yourself financially, take care of yourself in terms of your health. Get your exercise, take your vitamins, drink your water. For my vitamins, I use those from Balance of Nature. I take the fruits and veggies every day. They're little gummies. They're gluten-free. If you have a gluten allergy, worth knowing. At balanceofnature.com, you can get 35% off. Just use my name, code word Trish, and you get free shipping as well. So balanceofnature.com. It's really terrific stuff. So good for you. And it's not just fruits and veggies. I mean, they have all kinds of things there on the website. I'm just telling you what I take every day. And, you can see I'm not getting a whole lot of vitamin D. Even here. Why didn't I go to the beach? I have a really funny swimsuit story to tell you. I'm debating whether or not I should. Okay, all right, really quick. So I'm in Switzerland and I forgot my swimsuit, and they have all these indoor pools and the kids want to go swimming and everything. So we're walking around town, and basically you can get lots of ski gear here, but the whole swimsuit thing is a little bit more complicated. So finally I find a store and they had these swimsuits, and I'm looking, I'm like, they're really, really, really small. Like, I'm pretty small. Like, I normally would take this 4. It's like a size small in a swimsuit, and I'm looking at this and I'm like, this is really small, but we're in kind of a rush and it's getting dark, so I just grab it, I buy it. They're like, it's not returnable. I'm like, okay, yeah, it's a swimsuit. And I get it back. Somehow I had bought a thong. I'm like, no. Anyway, fortunately they had more swimsuits for sale at the hotel. Reminder to Trish next time, make sure to bring your own swimsuit. I mean, it's cute and everything, but that's just not my style, no matter how much Balance of Nature I take. Anyway. Okay, I'm getting goofy now.